Hello, my lovely friends. In today's video, I'm sharing 8 things that I think you should know about your 8-month-old. Before we dive in, I want to quickly introduce myself for those of you who might be new to my channel. My name's Nicole, and I'm a licensed pediatric occupational therapist. I'm a mama to 2 beautiful souls, and I'm also a parenting coach. So this channel is geared to just share tips, education, and my personal experience to help make motherhood easier on you. So if that sounds like something you are into, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, and also hit the bell notification so you don't miss helpful videos like this. All right, guys, so your little one's development, really important to first and foremost tap into that intuition, because no one, and I do mean no one, knows your child the way you or your partner knows your child, okay? So this information is just to help support, use it as a secondary source. First and foremost, I want you to tap into your intuition. You will know if something feels off or, you feel like you need to take next steps. So trust that. Next, I also want to let you know that I will list in the description box below a whole playlist for developmental videos. So as your little one grows, you can kind of check in and see what the major milestones are or the big pieces that your little one is working up towards. All right, guys, let's get into it. There is a piece of information that I think is going to be helpful before we dive into these milestones, so bear with me for a second, and I want to share it with you. If you live in the United States, you likely know this, especially if you have an 8-month-old, but it's worth sharing this really unfortunate statistic. The US is just one of 6 countries without any form of national paid leave. Unfortunately, women disproportionately carry a lot of the child care burden. And here in the United States, we do have something called Family and Medical Leave Act that gives someone up to 12 weeks of leave, but unfortunately, it is unpaid and it varies from state to state. And you need to be working in an organization that has 50 or more employees. So unfortunately, it doesn't cover everyone, and it most certainly doesn't give the financial support one would hope when having a little one. If you didn't know, there is currently proposed legislation here in the United States Congress, which would allow working US adults to take up to 4 weeks away from their job to care for themselves, a new child, or a family member, including members of a person's family of choice, without losing their income. We shall see where it goes. I think many of us might agree it is time that we do better and we support our mamas. So I just wanted to put that on the table in case you did not know what is currently happening in today's climate and environment here in the United States when it comes to supporting our new mamas. Let's dive in to the 8 things that you should know. All right, so when it comes to fine and gross motor skills, and for those of you who are like, what the heck are fine or gross motor skills? I've got you covered. I'm gonna link another video in the description box below that goes in depth about exactly what fine and gross motor skills. So if you're lost, check that out first, then you can come back here, but it'll also all make sense. So the first thing is that your little one is able to pass an item from one hand to another. Next, you might notice that your 8-month-old is trying to pull to stand. So maybe they are holding on to an entertainment system or the couch to leverage themselves up to stand on their feet. You might see your little one starting to rock back and forth when they're on hands and knees. Around 8 months, your little one is likely able to sit independently for longer periods of time. And you may notice around 8 months that your little one is either quite proficient at crawling or beginning to attempt crawling. And it's around this time that your little one has gotten pretty proficient at using a raking grasp, which is this motion to pick up items, and you'll see that it actually progresses quite quickly to a pincer grasp, which is using these 2 fingers together to pick up items. Moving on to the other major aspects of development, so cognitive skills, language skills, and social emotional skills. Your little one is grasping the concept of cause and effect. So you might notice this specifically around mealtime. Your little one knows how to clear their tray, so they may be taking items and watching it drop to the floor, and you see them looking down because they understand when I let go, it falls on the floor. And it's around this age that your little one's vision is becoming much more clear. So you may notice that your little one is able to spot familiar faces or sounds from well across the room. And last but certainly not least, your little one is really into responding. So you're going to notice that your little one responds to strangers. This is what is commonly referred to as stranger danger. So maybe your little one turns their head away from someone they don't recognize, or they start crying or fussing if they're being held by someone they don't really feel comfortable with. They're also beginning to respond to other people's emotions. So if they see someone happy and clapping, maybe they respond by bouncing and smiling back. Or if someone's sad, you might notice that their face goes blank and they're staring intently to try to understand what is going on. They're also responding to their name around this age. And finally, they're responding to familiar caregivers. So the back and forth really starts to pick up a gear here. So babbling, singing together, your little one is wanting to babble back and respond to the questions or things that you are engaging them in. All right, my friends, I hope you found this video helpful. 8 things I think you should know about your 8-month-old. There are many more milestones, but what I'm trying to do is distill down like the biggest pieces around this age, because some of them are really repetitive and others I'm like, I could add that to the 10-month milestone list and it's all the same. So here are the ones that I'm like, focus on these. These are the big pieces around this age. Again, I'm gonna link my developmental milestone playlist in the description box below, so you could just subscribe to that, add that along, so that way you don't miss any future videos. Sending you so much love, and I'll catch you in the next one.